Okay, go, Shoff.
Alrighty, so here we have our second video, and I'm going to remind you of the two methods that we talked in class about how to graph equations. So the first method would be to get all the terms on the left and set it equal to 0. So in that case, we would subtract our 11, get 0 on this side. Therefore, now we can enter into y1 into our calculator, 4x squared minus 4x minus 11. I went ahead and did that. When I press graph, I got a graph that looked like this. Again, our goal is to find the values of x where y is equal to 0. So we're going to try to zoom in. Hold on a second. We want to find technical difficulties.
Okay.
We want to find these values right here. Okay, our values of x when y is 0. So, Bree's going to zoom in here on my calculator. So here's my graph. To find those values on your calculator, you go to Second Calc, and you want to find your zeros. Option 2, left bound. We have to do one at a time, so I'm going to start with the one on the left. I'm going to pick a number to the left of, I think it's like negative 1 point something. So I'm going to say negative 2 is a good left bound. A right bound, I see that negative 1 is to the right, so I'm going to press negative 1. And my guess, like I said, I thought it was like negative 1.2. So I'm going to press enter. And my calculator here, I was very close. This value, 10, is negative 1.23. Next, I'm going to do the same thing, repeat on the right-hand side. So Second Calc, option 2 is 0. A left bound, 2 is to the left of the 0. Right, 3. And my guess is about 2.2. And sure enough, 2.23 was my other 0.
Wow.
Now, a second way to graph is to actually enter both sides of the equation as separate equations in your calculator. So under y1, you'll enter 4x squared minus 4x, and then y2, you'll enter 11. So Bree's going to come over here, and I'm going to show you guys. So 4x squared minus 4x. Scroll down to y2, we're going to enter the constant 11. Now this is going to be a horizontal line at 11, so I have to make sure my window is high enough, which it is. So let's see what the graph looks like. Good, there's my parabola, the 4x squared minus 4x, and there's 11. So if I go to I'm just going to do a little sketch. This time we're trying to find not the x-intercepts of this guy, that would just be where this is equal to 0. We want to see where the parabola is equal to the line. So we're going to try to find this time the intersection points of those two graphs. Hopefully they'll be the same values. So Bree's going to come right here. This time we want to find the intersections. So we're going to go back to our same menu, but this time choose option 5. So it says first curve. So you have to make sure your cursor is at least on one of the graphs, which it's on my parabola, enter. Second curve, confirming it's on my line, enter. Guess, scroll close to the intersection point, enter. Sure enough, it intersects the graph at negative 1.23. Ta-da, same answer there. Repeat the process on the other 0. Second Calc, intersect. First curve, let's see where it's at. It's on my parabola. Second curve, it's on my line. Guess, scroll closer to the other 0 than the one you just did, so your calculator knows you want to zoom in on this one. Enter. And sure enough, this 0 is 2.23. Same solution, same equation, two different methods. Have fun. Bye. And